Hello, Sierra.
Hi, Jason.
I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of size and color settings on swarms. So in this, I've already started to build a life expectancy data set. And right off the bat, there's a couple of things that would make this a little bit easier to see. And I think the most important of those is color. So right now it's using the fixed color view of green. I can change that color here just by selecting the color pop-up, or I can go ahead and build it in a variety of other ways. Maybe I would like to use a gradient scale. I like to scale the colors based on life expectancy. So maybe I'll go from on the upper end, kind of a green color, and the lower end, kind of a red color. Typical way to show that better is green, and as life expectancy improves, you get this kind of a view. That's a good thing to do if you really want to emphasize this growth in life expectancy. But again, it's kind of muddy to have all of these countries the same color. It's hard to distinguish between them. So my preferred view of this particular data set is to set a color scheme either based on country, which pulls out all the colors, or a color scheme based on region, which gives you this kind of a set of things. So in this grouping, Asia is one color, Europe is another color, etc. Another thing that will help us draw these out is the sizes. So right now we've got a fixed size of the dots, and I can just click to make them bigger or smaller here, or change the values. These values are in meters, by the way. So this is when we have a dot at 0.01, that means it will be a millimeter in real space view, looking at AR/VR. Another way of looking at it is to scale the dots. Maybe we'll scale it based on population. And just to emphasize what this is doing a little bit more, let's go ahead. Instead of setting it to 0.5, we set it to 0.005. So now the lower populations are very small, and the biggest populations, let's make them quite a bit bigger. And you see these two actual lines in here. Those are China and India, respectively. So you can see that their population gets much bigger than the rest of the world, and it really draws those out. Something else I should mention about the colors is that you can also set color schemes for the connections and for the dots. So by default, the colors of the connections is going to match the swarm dot color, but you could also make them all a single color, right? White here in this case, or create gradients. In this case, they're going from a white to black. Not too meaningful in this particular example. Matching the swarm dot color is very often the easiest way to do that. Another thing I've created here is a set of labels. And those labels also by default will match the swarm dot color for the text, but you might want them to all be white, as in this example, or all be or have a it's a little bit more sophisticated things. We can actually specify the color in a value in the data set, but instead of getting too far into that, we'll leave that for the text that goes along with this video. Did I cover the basic set, do you think, Sarah?
I would think so.
Thank you.
Thanks.